Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's episode, Alex takes Tuna and baby Henry for a gentle Xuân to a small, quiet temple near town. There's no rush, no crowds, just incense, a soft bell, and the kind of calm that helps you breathe again. Tuna brings home a small bundle of luck. They choose one simple bunch of flowers, and they share a warm lunch where Alex admits his one wish for the year is peace. If you love healing slice of life stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. The Duke Xuân morning began before the sun had fully warmed Tuna's yard. The air was cool and clean, the kind that made her breathe deeper without trying. Henry stirred first, not crying, only making small sounds like he was checking whether the world was still the same. Tuna sat up on the red wooden bed, pulled the blanket higher around him, and touched his forehead. Warm. She let out a quiet breath. The room was bright with thin early light. The wooden walls still carried the scent of new work. Outside, the red couplets looked vivid against the wood, and the sight of them made the morning feel like it truly belonged to Tet. Tuna kissed Henry's forehead and whispered, "We're going out today." Henry answered by grabbing her sleeve, eyes wide. She stepped into the kitchen house and warmed water for a small bottle. She packed a small bag, diapers, wipes, a thin blanket, a spare shirt, a tiny hat, nothing extra, just what Henry might need. When Alex arrived, he didn't honk. He opened the bamboo gate and stepped in quietly as if he didn't want to disturb the first morning. He wore a simple jacket and carried a small thermos. "Morning," he said softly. "Morning," Tuna replied. His eyes went straight to Henry. "He's awake?" "Just woke, not fussy." Alex nodded, then looked at Tuna's collar. "Wear another layer. It's colder near the temple." "I'm fine," Tuna said out of habit. Alex didn't argue. He picked up a thicker scarf from the hook and held it out. "For the wind." Tuna accepted it, a little embarrassed by how quickly she let him take care of small things. "Thank you." Before they left, Alex's gaze drifted to the walkway and the flower beds that lined it. One brick sat slightly loose at the edge. Alex crouched, pressed it back into place with his palm, and stood again. "You ready?" he asked. Tuna adjusted Henry's hat, locked the door, and nodded. At the car, Alex buckled Henry's seat carefully, checking the strap twice. Tuna watched his hands, steady and patient. "You check like a professional," Tuna said. "I don't trust luck," Alex replied. Tuna smiled faintly. "It's the first day. People say we should trust luck a little." "You can trust it," Alex said. "I'll double check it." The drive was calm. Shops were opening slowly, and red decorations fluttered at doorways. People walked in small groups with flowers and fruit, voices low. Tuna looked out the window and felt relief more than excitement. Henry grew sleepy, his head bobbing gently with the motion. Tuna reached back and touched the edge of his blanket. He settled, breathing slow and even. When they arrived, the temple was smaller than Tuna expected. It wasn't grand, and there were no loud vendors at the gate. It was tucked near a line of trees, the entrance simple and clean. A few people were already there, moving quietly. The air smelled of incense and morning leaves. Alex parked a short distance away so they could walk in slowly. He carried the small bag while Tuna held Henry close. "Not crowded," Tuna whispered. "That's why I chose this one," Alex said. They walked along the path to the gate. Wind moved through the trees. Somewhere inside, a bell rang once, soft and deep. The sound rolled through the air like a reminder to slow down. Henry was awake again, eyes wide, watching the new place. His fingers curled around Tuna's scarf. Tuna bent her face toward him. "Look," she whispered. "Quiet." At the entrance, Tuna paused, unsure of the first step. "We go in slowly," Alex said. "No rush." Tuna nodded and stepped into the courtyard. It was clean, with a few potted plants and a small stone basin. The altar area inside was simple and calm. Older women stood with incense, heads bowed. No one was loud. Tuna took a bundle of incense from a small tray and looked at Alex. Do you want one? Alex hesitated, then looked at Henry, then at Tuna. Okay. Tuna lit the incense at a small flame. Smoke rose thin and steady. She held the sticks upright with both hands together and stood still. She didn't search for perfect words. She thought of Henry's warm cheek against her. She thought of her finished home, the clean kitchen, the flower beds by the gate. She thought of Ba Tung's steady kindness and of Alex's way of showing care by doing, not talking. She asked for one thing: health and peace. Tuna bowed her head and placed the incense in the holder. Alex did the same beside her, movements simple and respectful. When he finished, he placed his hand lightly behind Tuna's back and guided her a step aside so others could come forward. They moved along the shaded edge of the courtyard. Alex bought warm tea and handed it to Tuna first. She sipped carefully, the heat spreading through her chest. Henry watched the steam, then leaned his forehead against her. Alex didn't check his phone. He let the morning be what it was. Tuna noticed it and felt her shoulders drop. Lately, every day had some list to finish, some message to watch for, some worry waiting in the background. Here, Alex chose silence instead. He stood beside her without correcting her breathing, only matching it, steady for a minute today. Tuna walked slowly with Henry, letting him look at hanging lanterns and small wooden carvings. Henry reached out once, fingers opening, then closed his hand again as if he was learning what gentle meant. Tuna lowered her voice. This is the kind of place I wanted him to know. Alex glanced at her. A place that teaches patience. Tuna nodded. Yes, patience and quiet. Tuna felt something inside her settle. She didn't feel guilty for wanting peace. She simply felt it was reasonable to hope. She turned toward Alex. Thank you for bringing us here. Alex's eyes stayed steady. I wanted the year to start gently. Tuna looked around at the clean courtyard, the slow-moving people, the soft smoke rising. It did, she said. They stayed a little longer, walking slowly, letting Henry breathe the fresh air and listen to the bell. Tuna adjusted his hat again and held him close as they turned back toward the gate, carrying the calm with them. They waited until the incense burned down a little, not because anyone told them to, but because leaving too quickly felt wrong. Tuna held Henry against her chest and let the quiet settle into her shoulders. The bell rang once more, softer than before, and Henry blinked as if he was listening. Alex's voice stayed low. Do you want to walk a little more? Tuna nodded. Just one more round. They moved along the courtyard again, slower than the first time. An old man swept fallen leaves near the steps. A woman adjusted her child's collar and smiled. Nothing dramatic happened. That was the comfort of it. Tuna stopped near a small stand where tiny bundles of green leaves were tied with red string. A handwritten sign said they were luck for the new year. Tuna hesitated, then reached for one bundle. Alex watched her. You want to take one home? Tuna nodded. For Henry, for the kitchen, just a reminder. Alex paid quietly and handed it to her without teasing. Tuna held it like it could break, then tucked it carefully into her bag so it wouldn't crush. They walked back toward the altar one last time. Tuna didn't light more incense. She simply stood for a moment, breathing slowly, holding Henry close. Alex stepped forward beside her, hands together, eyes lowered. When he finished, he exhaled and looked at Henry, then at Tuna. What did you ask for? Tuna asked softly. Alex didn't try to sound poetic. One thing. No big problems this year. Tuna's chest tightened. That's all? That's all, Alex said. Peace is enough. Tuna nodded, understanding more than she wanted to admit. Peace was not something you assumed. It was something you protected. They left the temple without rushing. At the gate, Alex adjusted Henry's hat again and checked the scarf around Tuna's neck. You're still warm, he asked. Yes, Tuna said. Thank you. Outside, the air felt brighter. The road back toward town was calm. A few more families were arriving, carrying flowers and fruit, faces softened by holiday patience. Henry woke for a few minutes in the car and watched the passing red flags with serious eyes. Tuna pointed quietly, naming colors like a game, and Henry's fingers opened toward the window before he sighed and leaned back. Alex kept one hand steady on the wheel and said, "If he gets tired, we stop." Tuna answered, "He's okay, I'm okay. Drive slow, that's enough." Before they returned home, Alex stopped near a small roadside stall where a woman sold simple New Year flowers. Not expensive arrangements, just modest bundles tied with twine. Tuna looked at the flowers, then at Alex. "We don't need much." "I know," Alex said, "just one." Tuna studied the choices and picked a small bunch with fresh green and a few bright blossoms. "This one," she decided. "It's enough." Alex paid, then held the flowers carefully like he was carrying something fragile. Tuna smiled at the sight. They drove a little farther and stopped in front of a clean, simple restaurant. It wasn't fancy, but it looked warm and quiet. "We'll eat here," Alex said. Tuna hesitated. "It's still early." "You didn't eat much," Alex replied, "and Henry will be calmer if you're not hungry." Tuna didn't argue. She trusted the way Alex thought ahead. Inside, the air smelled like rice and broth. A server led them to a table away from the door so Henry wouldn't feel the draft. Tuna sat and adjusted Henry on her lap. Henry looked around curious, then settled when Tuna rocked him gently. Alex ordered simply, soup, rice, vegetables, and one braised dish. No excess. When the food arrived, Alex poured warm tea into Tuna's cup first. Tuna watched him, then finally spoke what had been sitting in her chest. "You asked for no big problems." Alex nodded once. "Yes." Tuna lowered her voice. "Is it because you still feel something might happen?" Alex didn't bring fear into the room, but he didn't pretend. "I'm careful because I have something to lose now," he said. "You and Henry." Tuna's fingers tightened briefly around her cup. Then she released the tension and nodded. "Then I'll be careful too." Alex's eyes softened. "That's all I need." They ate slowly. Henry dozed against Tuna's shoulder. Tuna tasted the soup and felt heat spread through her chest. It wasn't only comfort. It was the feeling of being cared for in a practical way, without embarrassment. After lunch, Alex carried the bag while Tuna carried Henry. Outside, the sun was higher, and the holiday street looked gentler in daylight. On the drive home, Henry slept deeply. Tuna watched his face and thought of the temple bell, of Alex's hands together, of the small bundle of lock in her bag. It all felt simple, but it wasn't small. When they arrived, Alex unlocked the bamboo gate and held it open while Tuna stepped inside with Henry. Tuna went into the kitchen house to warm water, then returned to the yard and set the flowers on the bamboo table. Alex brought the lock bundle out and handed it to her. "Where do you want it?" he asked. Tuna chose a spot near the doorway where she would see it every day. She tied it gently, making sure it didn't droop, then stepped back. "It looks good," Alex said. Tuna nodded. "It's a reminder." Alex glanced at her bracelet, then at Henry sleeping in her arms. "A gentle year," he said quietly. Tuna's voice softened. "A gentle year." She carried Henry inside to lay him down on the bed for a nap. When she came back out, Alex was still in the yard, checking the latch and the gate, not because he didn't trust the day, but because he respected it. Tuna stood beside him and looked at the losi and the flowers on the table. The house didn't need loud celebrations to feel real. It needed small choices, repeated. Tuna reached for Alex's hand, not gripping, just holding. "Thank you," she said. Alex squeezed lightly. "We'll keep it simple," he replied. Tuna nodded. "Yes, simple is enough." They stood together in the New Year's sunlight, listening to the quiet of their own yard. And Tuna felt that peace wasn't something far away. It was already here, hanging gently by the door. Tuna, Alex, and Henry start the morning with a quiet visit to a small temple. moving slowly through the courtyard, while Henry watches everything with calm curiosity. Tuna lights incense and prays for health and peace, then buys a small bundle of lock to bring home as a gentle reminder for Henry in their home. Before leaving, Alex quietly prays too and admits his only wish is to avoid big problems this year. On the way back, they stop at a small flower stall and choose just one modest bunch, keeping things simple. Alex takes them to a clean, quiet restaurant for a warm lunch, where he speaks honestly about being careful because he has Tuna and Henry to protect. They return home, place the flowers on the bamboo table, hang the lock near the doorway, and settle Henry for a nap. The episode ends in soft sunlight, with both of them holding hands and agreeing that a gentle, simple year is enough.